Then if you look at Brazil, like Brazil is joining BRIC. This is a huge disaster, okay? Because they have Amazon. They are the granary of the world, right? So they have iron ore, they have grain, they have those primary natural resources that a human being needs. Okay, the entire race, species needs. And then Russia, they have natural gas, they have oil. Most importantly, prior to the Russian-Ukraine war, they actually, this life supply, they kept the entire Europe warm in the winter. Okay, so and then if you look at China and India, these are the most populated nations on Earth. Okay, just these two countries actually take in pretty much 30% to 40% of the world's population. Okay, 35%-ish. And they have cheap labor. Why? Because they have a forced labor in China, concentration camp in China. Okay, black jail, and they force people who are in jail and working at maybe very like 50 cents by sending a message online that's supporting the CCP's narrative. So that's why we call them 50 cents army, and many of them actually are the incarcerated in jail. You know, they were trained to do that, and if they did enough good job, they would be let go. The jail sentence would be shortened. Okay, so don't believe anything you see online in China, even though you saw somebody else's on social media commenting. You know what? These are 50 cents army that paid and forced to do so by the CCP. Okay, and then the other countries, okay, strategic locations. These are the Iran, UAE, you know, they have a, if we talk about geopolitics, we talk about the transportation, the world logistic, right? Suez Canal, in last show, we've talked about a war that was between communists and the Western power at that time. At that time was French and British, went in war with Egypt, who was backed by Soviet Union, right? So we went through that historical event that happened many years ago. 1969, if I remember correctly. So we already knew this is not no. Those are stretch a choke point of oil transportation, like Suez Canal, which control Europe, right? They're going to the transportation oil to Europe, and then we talk about Strait of Hormuz, right? When the terrorists start stirring up in the Middle East, where do they shoot? They shoot the very narrow passage of Strait of Hormuz. Okay, where that is going to affecting almost half of the world's population on the east, right? If you stop that shipping lane, Japan, China, South Korea, like basically the other side of the world is not going to have natural resources to run their nation. Okay, so they are choke points, and Strait of Malacca a little bit late down in the Indian Ocean. So these are the strategic locations. That is why when CCP is setting eyes to take over things, they actually have a very thoughtful plan.